Hey, what's up YouTube? Balder here, and I am in the A320neo, an Airbus. Basically, this is a mod for X-Plane 10, and it's supposed to be a very good mod. Made from JARDesign, I think that's how you pronounce it, or JARDesign. Anyway, things are incredibly detailed. As you can see, panels can open. I have no idea how to close this, but you know, oxygen masks work. Oh, yeah, there we go. Then garbage and whatnot. That's a stupid level of detail that I wasn't expecting from this plane. I was already expecting quite a bit of detail, but still, I digress. It's amazing what you can do with this. But anyway, I'm in the A320, and what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do a startup, and I am going to try to at least get the engine started, and then I am going to try and get this thing to El Paso, which may or may not happen, who knows, but if there is, definitely expect a part 2. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do is that I am going to open the door because, you know, got to get the plane up and loading, right? Generally, from my experience working on the ramp with Airbuses, I've noticed that the back pit tends to be used more than the front pit. And in the 737s, especially the newer ones like the 900s and the 900 ERs, all the weight is in the back, so they tend to load in the front. Just a small little interesting fact for you. But even if you look at that, the pit is amazing. There is a huge attention to detail. You can also change between these winglets that Airbus always has to the sharklets, which personally I don't like as much as the winglets. I mean, the winglets are just so signature of Airbus, which is kind of sad, but I guess it's more efficient. Who knows? Also, track IR, what the shit are you doing? Hmm. Yeah, close enough. Alright, anyway, I digress. Let's go ahead and get this plane started. So what I'm going to do first and foremost is that I am going to get the ground power running. General power is available. Let's go ahead and get that up and running. Okay, now that we have that, I'm going to turn on the batteries. Good. We are good to go on that end. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go through each panel from left to right, bottom to top. So, rain repellent off. Everything seems to be extinguished. If it wasn't extinguished, then we would have that. Or it would say false. Flight controls, the in-op button would actually be illuminated, so we're good to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this to STS 1, and then flip this to nav, wait for this battery to extinguish. Battery's extinguished, go to the next nav, wait for the battery to extinguish. Battery's extinguished, then go to the third one and repeat. Okay, battery's extinguished, hit enter, and that's time to navigation, 7 minutes. Which is funny because the A10 takes like, holy shit. What is it? 3 minutes or something like that? This takes 7, good god. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at the top. The nav and logo I'm going to turn on because this is a commercial flight. The strobe will go to auto. Don't need to turn the beacon on. The beacon on will go later. Alright, but the no smoking, and the seatbelts. Let's turn on the emergency exit lights, and sorry, I'm going to try to talk over the flight attendant. Switch the heating. to such appropriately. Doesn't look like that's going to be working as of right now. Going to turn those generators off as of right now. Alright, now I just need to turn the pumps on. And I'm looking at the hydraulics. That seems to be pretty extinguished. Gonna test the engine. All look good. Alright, wipers off on the co-pilot side. Flight controls seem to be working. Cargo vents. I don't think there are any dogs on this flight, so I think we're good on that. Also, I never work with the radios on X-Plane 10. That is a bad habit, and I should probably change that, but, you know, I'm not really that picky about it. Now to work with the bane of my existence, the nav computer, or the multi-function display, but the what do you call it? Flight management system? Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna see if I can try to get my track IR aligned a little bit better. There we go. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to flight plan found. Alright, it's perfectly fine. There we go. So we're gonna go to from KSLC all the way to KELP. Go from there. Now the cost is going to be about 30 because, you know, reasons. Alright, hopefully I got this right. Gonna get some extra fuel as well. Ah, there we go. There we go, that is plenty, so I'm gonna take that fuel truck away, go to the load. I guess that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I can't imagine that being any different, so I'm just going to take a look at everything. Flight plan, ooh, looks good. Performance is good. Alright, that seems pretty good. So, I'm gonna get rid of the catering truck. Gonna close the doors. Now what I'm going to do is that I am going to turn on the APU. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your chief flight attendant. On behalf of Captain and the entire crew, welcome aboard Out Airlines. At this time, make sure you
Just have to wait until it says available. Press the start. Should have done that before. Air conditioning packs are not working because reasons. Alright, now it is available. So I'm going to turn on the APU gen. Going to turn off the ground power. Now we are good to go. I'm going to turn on the beacon because I'm going to be departing pretty soon. Alright, so that seems like everything is good to go. All I need to do is to turn on the anti-skid, which has been on the entire time. Good. Alright.
Park brake off. Park brake on.
That is a weird looking tow. I've never seen one before, or a pushback tug. We have a call for 16 right? Alright.
Park brake off.
Now we are pushing back. Yay. Finally, we got that working. As we push back from the gates, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to move this to ignition start.
Starting engine 2.
Get the APU bleed on. Completely missed that step. So, you know, forgive me on that part. Now all I need is to
Park brake on.
disconnect the tow, so goodbye. See you later. Probably won't see you later, but doesn't matter. Alright, so that's good.
Starting engine 1.
Now it's time to start engine number 1. Turn on the generators of that. The engines are spooling quite nicely. So that goes to normal. Let's set the altimeter to 2973. There we go. Now it's time to test the flight controls. We should probably do that.
Flaps 1. Flaps 2.
Time to turn these packs on. Now time to turn the APU off. There we go. Alright, now we're about lined up for the runway. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to slowly increase the throttle.
Power set. .100 knots. 1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up.
Alright, now we are taking off. Nice.
Too low. Gear.
I think we're pretty good as of right now. Should probably lower the nose so that I don't stall. That might be a good idea. It's also raining a little bit, but it's not too bad.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
So far, this flight is going smoothly. Who would have thought? And time to remove the last notch.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Right now that that's out of the way. Let's go ahead and slow down just so that we don't overspeed. Seems like I'll have to at least follow the path somehow. But maybe I didn't set up the autopilot correctly, which is what it is, but I'm not too worried because at least I do have that imaginary line, so everything is good to go. It'll work itself out. Yeah, so far so good. Everything seems to be working fine, except for that small little hiccup, but we can't all be perfect, right? But anyway, I'll see you in part 2 if I get to El Paso.